Hello, hello! This is my first time reviewing Besame Cosmetics. These are the only 3 items I own from Besame Cosmetics. I had never tried them before this, and I had been waiting a really long time, months in fact, to try and review this. It just never came up at a proper time, especially because the first item that I bought from Besame was this collection right here. This is the Besame Classic Color Lipstick. This is in Raven's Black 1924. It's a deep true black lipstick, is a gothic color with rebellious undertones. It was famously used in black and white films by Clara Bow and Theda Bara in the 1920s. This unique shade is made from primary colors and is carbon free. There's a pin included inside of a crow. Although looking at this bead right here and how much fluff they get around the neck, I think it's actually a raven. It's a raven, yeah. That makes sense. Raven's black, duh. Okay, so let's look at, as I'm talking, I want to talk about, so I got this back in October because this was an October launch. This was their spooky launch, and I got this for, let's see, this was $40, I think, and somehow I got this, I think it was because it was my first order with Besame, so it was 10% off maybe. So I actually paid $36 for this, and then once with the, I think maybe the taxes, it ended up going up a little bit. So like I said, I got this back in October, and I had been wanting to try it, but I just could not have, I just didn't have a fit, a look. I really wanted it to share it in a short and wear it so you could see it, because looking through the internet, looking through YouTube, it doesn't appear that a lot of people have been reviewing Besame, even though they've been around for several years, a good while. And I think they're very popular in the 1950s rockabilly kind of, you know, that aesthetic. That's the word I was looking for. People, you know, who dress in that kind of 1920s, 1930s, like whatever that vibe is, that old nostalgic kind of vibe. I feel like finding that these lipsticks are really popular with them because they're supposed to keep, they're supposed to be copies of the authentic items that would have been used at that time. So I picked this up because it was black, and I don't think well, that's not true. I had a really long list of items I wanted to buy from Besame, but Besame is so incredibly expensive. I'm sorry, but I feel like it is. This, like I said, this lipstick, $40. A $40 lipstick. And I understand why. It's this incredibly beautiful packaging that is, it's not cheap. And I think it's supposed to be reusable. So I should, in theory, be able to replace this shade, I think. So it's red in the cap, red along the bottom, and it's also not a lot of product. I don't feel like this is a lot of product. That's it. That's as far as it goes. This is how much product you're getting. It says Besame there, if you can even see it. On the lipstick, it says Besame, and that's all you get. And this one, I tried to figure out how I liked it because it's a dry lipstick. It has these really sharp tips to make sure that it gives you the edges that you need on your lips. So I'm gonna do one swatch, and this shade was a lot more dry than this other shade I have here. Spoiler. So that's one pass. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have to really get it on there, and if I get closer you can see it's not completely like opaque yet. I'm gonna blend this in for the sake of blending it in now. What is interesting about this shade is, like I said, it's a black made out of primary colors, but what I found with this lipstick that I haven't seen with any other black lipstick before is that it actually does stain your lips. This is a black lipstick that stains lips. Even after the pigment has worn off, it leaves kind of like a dark purple color on my lips, and I've never ever seen that with any black. Not to say necessarily that it's long lasting. It is a lipstick. It does rub off, but it does leave, you can see a little bit of that staining there on my finger, and I think it has to do with the fact that because it uses primary colors, there is red in here, so it does kind of stain like a red in a way. So, I mean, it's pretty. I don't know if I necessarily recommend it because it's incredibly expensive. Incredibly, in terms for me, in this economy, $40 for a lipstick is double the price that I would pay on any other like indie quote-unquote high-end kind of lipstick. But it does come with this pin. It is super duper cute. I love this little pin, and I haven't even been able to wear it yet. I've been trying to find an outfit to wear this black lipstick with, and I felt like I hadn't found the chance. I've worn it twice so far, but mostly just at home. I just haven't really been in a witchy kind of mood these past few months. So it just hasn't popped out yet. But this is such a cute little pen. It says Besame on the other side. You can still find this lipstick from what I saw. It's a pin. From what I saw, you can still find this lipstick on the website. It's still available. However, you cannot get the pin right now. If not right now, ever. It's supposed to be limited edition, but you know brands, they'll say limited edition and then it's really not. But it's a cute little pin. I thought it was really sweet. And this is the first lipstick that I, have bought from this brand. And I would do say it didn't particularly make me want to jump on buying another one because of how expensive it was. Also, like they said, this lipstick in particular, I think it looks a lot better on the camera than it does in person, but it's a lot drier. I wasn't expecting it to be so dry. Now, in comparison to this other one that I have here, that one's not dry, but this one in particular, for some reason, dry. So, is it the perfect black lipstick? I personally prefer a liquid lip. This is gonna rub off. If you're trying to be authentic and replicate, that's cool, that's great. You're gonna get a replica lipstick price, but this is not the perfect black. I will not call this the perfect black. There's so many other black lipsticks I think you should try. Camera died. But yeah, this is not the be-all, end-all. And on my hand, it kind of looks like an ashy black gray. So, I think it just depends on what you're looking for, what you want. If you're looking for that replica black lipstick, then yeah, this is great. But you don't have to have a $40 Besame lipstick, okay? But it is pretty. I think it smelled pretty well as well. I think it's very light. But let's move on to the next thing. So I got these two together. These two came together. I don't think I usually would have ordered it, but based off the little sale they had going on. So let's see, I was able to get both of these items for $35. I think that's what the sale was, is that if you bought these two together, you could get them both for $35. So that's what I ended up doing. Separately on my receipt, it says that I paid, which is not true, so I can't see what the discount applicated was, because it says that the Swinging Sienna lipstick was $25.32, and that this Socialite Brown Classic Shadow Duo was $19.68, all way too overpriced. At $40 lipstick, like, that feels a lot. $25 a lipstick, that's still a lot of money. I personally feel for a lipstick. I mean, it just depends on what you need. If you really, really want something high-end looking, feeling pretty good, like I guess this one. So this is the Swinging Sienna 1951. Your lips will sing with this terracotta red-brown shade inspired by a jazz legend's music and minimalistic style. Looks great on a variety of skin tones, including deeper skin. Long-lasting, richly pigmented, luminous finish with vitamin E. And it goes all over the box, and on the side it says Swinging Sienna. I didn't think I was going to like this color as much as I did, but I wore it this weekend along with my Allure 3 palette from Juvia's Place, and it worked so well together. It was so freaking beautiful. And it comes in that similar kind of packaging, this gold packaging. There is, I think, what is this? Maybe a light watered flower at the tip. I don't even know if you can see that. But it's another gold packaging with a red line. Pull this off. There is red inside the cap. And we have that same amount of product with the same kind of iconic lip shape. And I applied this multiple times during this past weekend. I don't think it's as long lasting as maybe they claim, but it was very pretty and a lot more smoother and pigmented than this other one. So that's one swipe, 2, 3. I think that's all I'm going to do. I had to do 9 swipes to get to this color because it was so much drier. But this is Swinging Sienna, and I really, really love this color. It was really pretty. It was a lot more wearable, and just kind of, this is a shade that's neutral to me. It's not a bright red. It's not completely orange. It really is like a true kind of, to me, like a true kind of terracotta color. So to me, it's earthy, It doesn't feel too out there, and it was really, really pretty with this kind of Western look I had this weekend. I thought it was really pretty. And they all come, I think, by the way, the other one as well. I just didn't pull it out. Let's try and get this out now. No, I can't get it out. We're keeping it in so you can see how hard it is. But there is this little thing in here. It says more from Besame. It has more iconic colors, and it teaches you how to use the lipstick, how it recommends that you apply the lipstick, which I did read it before I used it. There's other colors that it recommends, other products and such, so that also comes in here. I just wanted to pull it out so you can see it. Now we're going to put this back in. So it's back in there. And this is the last item. This is the Besame Cosmetics Presents Shadow Duo, and I guess that's all it's called, Shadow Duo. This is a Socialite Brown. This is the Socialite Brown Duo, and based off this packaging, sorry to this man, but this packaging reminds me of something I would see like in Chinatown. So I'm pretty close to San Francisco, and seeing packaging like this, like it kind of reminds me of a red envelope. Like I don't know, it feels almost a little gimmicky, especially when you pull it out. So this is what it looks like in there. It's just more red in there, and this is it. So it has this little emblem in the front, and it's completely blank on the back except for like this lot number. Just no mirror in here. It just says Besame, and these are the two shades that I allegedly got for $20, which I'm sure it goes for more. I'll see what it retails for and put it down below. But this feels incredibly overpriced. But I mean, let's see. What does it say? Why is this so much? So it looks like it goes for $28 usually. Way too freaking much. Let's see, description. I'm not seeing anywhere on here for this Socialite Brown saying that it's a replica of anything. I'm assuming these are just popular colors that would have been used at some point. I mean, we're still using them now. So I think they're just easy breezy, simple colors. Now I will say, even with this outstanding amount of money that this costs, the colors were really pretty to use. They blended out really, really nicely. They were both really nicely pigmented, not too over pigmented, not too under pigmented. They were powdery. They were actually quite nice. We have this brown, which is like a shimmery brown, and then we have this brown, which is just your more matte brown, and they both paired with each other really, really nicely. I really liked both of them. They feel really, really comfortable. They're really, really buttery. So I will say that with these two shades, you are getting a really good quality formula. I was honestly surprised by how much I really did like this simple look of two shades on my eyes. I feel like this could easily become someone's everyday, just put a little bit of color on your eyes and like go do what you need to do. Like, it's just incredibly, incredibly simple. But my question to you is then, could this not be replaced by like a Wet n Wild palette, or an LA Colors palette, or a Profusion palette that also provides you with more colors? It's up to you. This is really small. It's really compact, incredibly compact. It's literally the size of a compact, of a mirror or something like that. It's very small. So this is definitely the thing that you could put in your purse and go. You could put this in your pocket if you wanted to, in your hoodie. Very, you could say airline friendly. It's not like very thick at all. It's thinner than my pinky. It just depends on what you need. I still feel like these are all very kind of overpriced. $28 for this retail just feels expensive. It feels expensive. Now, again, I will say, I do like all the products that I got here today from Besame. I think they are really pretty. I think that the containers that they're in make it feel very high end. But this is paper. This is paper. This is cardboard. If I wanted to, I could probably bend it that way. The packaging on this does feel kind of like, I don't want to say cheap, but it feels mass produced, if that makes sense. It feels like this isn't unique very much. The formula in here is really good. Maybe that's why the packaging is cheap, because maybe they spent it all on the formula, because the formula is quite nice. It's a very nice formula on these colors, but if you have to have it and you got the money to spend, sure, of course, go ahead. It's your money. If you're really teetering on a gift for someone, I don't know, man. I feel like for $28 you could get so much more somewhere else and get a bigger bang for your buck and get more items with $28 with $40 that you have. So while I like these, I do like the formula. I think the old these were really pretty, really great. This one's a little bit more on the dry side. I mean, overall, I think I'm going to keep them. I would love to see more sales from Besame because I feel like that's the only way I would be able to purchase these again in this economy.